name is Jez Hall. I'm from Shared Future CIC, and I'm going to give you a whistle-stop tour about participatory budgeting and why I believe it builds strong local communities. So what is participatory budgeting? It's basically a process where local people make decisions about how to spend money. It's a process that I believe should be empowering and not manipulating. It's asset-based. It's based on what we have in our communities, not what we lack. It's a bit like a personalized budget, but one for the whole community. It's money to spend in your community and you make the decisions. So it's real money, real decisions, real responsibility. And that happens because the community votes on where the money goes. If it feels like we've decided, then it's PB. If it feels like someone else has decided, it isn't. There are two basic models that people use. The first is participatory grant making. That is local people deciding on how to share out funding available in their community, often in the form of small grants for community-led action. But more significant in many parts of the world is community-led commissioning. And that's about local people having a say in directing public services. So directing the things that happen in their communities delivered by local authorities, by health authorities, or other bodies working on their behalf. We know that we've gone through a period of great austerity, and that's likely to continue. I think the challenge is, in a period of austerity, do we pull together, or do we decide which of our friends we're going to throw off the burning raft next? I believe participatory budgeting can help us make those difficult decisions. We also know that we live in a time of a carbonized economy. We have to achieve net zero in a very few years, and that's going to mean some difficult decisions. I believe participatory budgeting can help us meet the challenge of climate change and the climate emergency. We also have some really big democratic deficits in the UK. Lots of people feel very alienated from the political leaders that we have. There seems to be that democracy is a fight between the haves and the have-not. We're worried about social contention and even maybe violence in our society. But we also have very atomized communities now. Some of the structures that tied us together have been severely weakened over the last few years, and we are really breaking up into communities of interest. And therefore, I feel that participatory budgeting can help rebuild a sense of ownership over local place. We have got some real assets at the moment. We've got the internet, we've got the ability to share ideas, and I believe that PB is one of those ideas. It's about how we connect community and how we gain inspiration from how other areas are doing things. I believe very deeply that if we are going to move forward in society together, we have to really focus on the opportunities that comes from cooperation and volunteering. And we know that if we do work together, that many hands can make light work. And I think we need to work with that grain of human nature. People want to make a difference in their communities. They just need to be given the tools and the resources to be able to take action and have a process by which we know that we've worked together and decided together as a team. I think participatory budgeting is about building local leadership and about co-production. It's about how we work together in order to create great things. It's not about charity. We used to have a world where people with power gave out small amounts of resources to local people and people were meant to be grateful. Well, I think we're a bit more grown up than that now, and I think we need to find ways where we can work together. I think if we are going to solve some of our common challenges, we need to make connections between people and places. I believe participatory budgeting, the process of coming together and deciding how to share out limited resources, is part of that process of making connections. It's also about modeling good behaviour. If we want our children to grow up being thoughtful, active, committed citizens, we have to give them a model of what that behaviour looks like. I think participatory budgeting carried out at the local level in a public process where everybody can get involved shows what a good society looks like and inspires others to be part of that good society. So in short, I believe that participatory budgeting, when it's well done, either as grant making or as community-led commissioning, can help forge relationships between people. I think it can create well-being through giving resources to community-led action, and I believe it can build social capital, which fundamentally is the relationships of trust and of understanding that comes when we bring people together. So there's a whistle-stop tour of participatory budgeting. If you want to find out more about who we are and what we do, you can visit our website, www.sharedfuturecic.org.uk, and I'd be really glad if you want to reach out to me and talk to me about the topics in today's short presentation. Thank you very much.